I think one elected official that was probably here at the beginning, but I was so busy with these students. Judge, do you have anything you want to present?
We're good right now.
Okay. And Mr. Patterson came over and he left you a report at your place, and then he had something he had to get to as well. So the sheriff maybe he left too, so maybe we've heard from him now. We'll move right on then to the consent agenda. Commissioners, you received by email the May 14th and May 28th minutes, and you also have had access to the accounts payable and payroll for the month of May. I'll ask if you have any corrections or changes to note, or if there's a motion to approve the items under the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
Questions? Anybody else have anything you want to note or correct? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Those are approved. Under old business, we have consider purchase of a pole barn. Page 34 is the paperwork on it. I'll ask Ms. Karen to tell us what we're dealing with.
This is a request from the engineer's office. They're requesting to have a pole barn put on the back property for their equipment. They're requesting a 60 by 96 by 14. It should come well under the Public Works bid limit, but we do suggest taking multiple quotes on that item.
I've received several phone calls since the last thing that was posted on the minutes in the meeting.
Okay.
I had two people call me that requested they would take the bid on the bid, so I'll get a bid spec together for that, and we'll take care of that.
Do you want to go through the process of bid, or you want to get quotes and go with a little bit? Okay. So with that in mind, we need a motion to approve requesting bids on this pole barn.
I did originally kind of get a ballpark,
Yeah.
I was going to budget something for it, but there was a lot of
interest.
interest
Good.
in that, so.
I'll make a motion.
So there is a motion, is there a second?
A second.
Motion and second to request bids on the pole barn project. Any other questions or anything we need to be aware of? The estimated cost is $32,000, and that may come in more or less, but that gets us in the ballpark. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right. Under new business, the first item under new business is considering bids for ARPA projects, what we refer to as ARPA projects. We received funding related to COVID, a little over $7 million for Covington County. We have expended quite a bit of that, some related to labor, some on capital projects and purchases. But we did have a list of priority projects that we had identified in the early days, a couple of years ago. And we're under some deadlines to move forward. We retained an architect, and we are waiting for them to finalize the bid specs on an addition to the jail to meet several needs that are obvious there. Obviously, that would be a long-term commitment, a long-term investment. And then there is a project at the courthouse, updating the handicap ramp on the west end of the courthouse, I believe it is. So those two projects are under design by the architect. We just need a motion to approve moving forward, advertising and requesting bids for those two projects so we can see what the money looks like.
I'll make a motion. I think we're far enough into it. We've got to at least get to that and see what they're going to come back in at. So I'll make a motion.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Let's discuss those if you choose to. If you have questions or comments, this is the time. All right, we have the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, so we'll move forward with requesting bids. Those are significant projects. Altogether, it could easily be $4.5 million expenditure, but we will know in a few weeks. We'll know kind of what the numbers are and just see what we need to do moving forward. Next is consider approval to purchase a vehicle from the engineers department. And Karen, you want me to call Lynn up, or do you have information on that?
Either
Lynn,
way.
come on up, we'll
My time anyway.
take advantage of you being up here. Come on. So there's one item on the agenda, Lynn, but I think I was given a couple of other items that you would like to purchase at this time. Tell me.
Well, I believe that the vehicle is going to be, we approved, I think, the purchase of a 450 for our patch crew, but it really needs to be a 550 for dump body purposes. It's just a change.
So at the
in-
last meeting, we had a 450 that we approved,
Yeah.
but you're asking, how much is the additional cost?
2 minutes ago.
Do you know what the
I don't have
additional
that on
cost
top
is?
of it right now.
But it's on state bid?
The state bid, yes.
And you're getting one or two of those vehicles?
Just one of those.
With okay. So the request is to change the purchase, the approved purchase from a 450 to a 550, buying it off of state bid. And I think I remember that was a budgeted
It is.
item. So, commissioners, you've heard the request. What are your wishes?
I think if that's what he needed, I think y'all looked at the weight, and I don't think the 450 would actually carry the weight they was needed to do so.
Yeah, it's going to be a dump body put on the truck, and for our patch crew, if you've ever seen our smaller dump truck that we have, it's a little high for those guys to reach in and get in that bed to get material. This is going to be a little bit lower truck. It'll have actually electric pump to pick the body up instead of a PTO-driven pump.
Is that the department or the crew that we were buying it
Yes,
for
our patch crew.
at the last meeting?
Patch crew,
Okay.
mhm.
So is there a motion?
Yes.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or anything to clarify? All in favor say aye.
Uh,
Opposed, same sign. All right, so we'll make that correction or adjustment on the approved purchase. And then a couple of other items I think you want to make purchase of, a lowboy.
Well, I want to be able to have the opportunity with the short supply of trucks. We're not really committing ourselves to actually getting them, but in order to get on the list, we have to kind of give them a letter of somewhat of a commitment. We can back out of it, but I need the permission to at least commit to. I know it's kind of a odd request, but we got at least to get on the show interest in buying the truck, so he can at least kind of reserve them for us, and we can back out at any time. But
Get away.
Large dumps, okay.
Dump truck.
So
So-
there's no money up front, it's just being a commitment.
Yeah, it's just
to say
commitment,
that we
yeah.
might be interested in one.
Well, we typically, on this list is 6 Kenworth or for your dump trucks, right?
dump trucks and the
And then the lowboy truck.
one lowboy
Okay.
truck, yeah.
So it's a significant purchase, but we have been buying those, every 2 years?
Every 2 years.
Yeah.
This will be every year here this week. And we're trying to get into a rotation where we can start doing this. I know Michael, we've been working with Michael and the commission, Road Commission on maybe getting our fleet with just more newer vehicles and try to get rid of some of our old stuff. And plus we can actually kind of, it's a break-even kind of situation once we get into it. We can run them a year and actually pretty much break even, like we do on our dump trucks after 2 years. So.
Are you saying that if you move forward with this order, it may not even be delivered until next fiscal year?
That's correct. Yeah, but I got to get on the list now in order to get it
Right.
maybe for
But
like
it's- so it's a next
early
year
spring
purchase,
sale
so-
for next year, yes.
Okay.
'Cause
So
we
it
just
is-
got one of our new ones this past week, and we just got one of the dump trucks we'd ordered
Okay.
this past week. So it won't be a year old when we go to trade it back in.
So the request is that we approve him moving forward, expressing intent to purchase 6 dump trucks and 1 lowboy
One
trailer.
lowboy, yeah.
In next fiscal year's budget. Is there a motion?
I make the motion.
Second. Questions? Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. I'll tell you what, Lynn, when you come up here, you spend money, don't you?
I spend
That's
money,
good.
yes.
It takes it, doesn't it? The next item, though, is a way to make money, or maybe not cost us too much.
We may be
Declare
paying
a
somebody.
surplus of a communications tower.
Yeah, that's our tower here over our office right here. I just didn't request that. I would need to get with Morgan to discuss, as far as, proof of insurance, a schedule, and not holding the county liable for, if anything that were to happen while something were to go right. It's a tall tower.
Do you anticipate your staff take it down, or you, somebody
no,
will come
no,
in and
no,
take it down
somebody-
for the tower,
Yeah.
probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lynn doesn't climb it high.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
So, but it's that tower's, it's a couple of 100 feet. I mean, it's up there.
Okay.
So,
So the request is to declare that communications tower surplus so that he can move forward with demolition or
the
whatever.
demo, we'll take the tower, the connector, cable, and all their anchors, we'll take those down ourselves. It's just taking down the actual tower itself.
We're not using any of the two-way radio stuff or whatever that used to be housed on that, but, okay. All right, commissioners, we need a motion to declare that tower surplus.
Motion.
There is a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. Well, I got all the business items then. What do you have to report to us?
Let's see here, Greg. Again, Art Creek, we got our last pipe installed, I think maybe at the last meeting, but we're moving to our side cutter over there today. They'll finish up Paget Road today, and then they're moving on to Art Creek, so they'll start there first thing tomorrow morning. Our 107 project will open bids this Thursday week. It'll be the 20th,
Okay.
but a week from this coming Thursday, we'll open bids for the connector. I'm actually putting the geometric controls for it this afternoon. That's part of our commitment. It wasn't in the plan, so I'm doing the geometric controls. Our Paget Road pipes, right-of-ways will be cleared after today. Our Glen Chambers Road, everything's cleared, and we're fixing to just go and issue a work order. Our annual bid is still in place for our asphalt and our chip seal, so I'll get a work order to Wiregrass Construction, who has our annual bid, and we'll just put that out to a bid as we see fit, and we'll start with, I think, and since we started first on our pipes on Glen Chambers, we'll do that one first. We're just still waiting a little bit more settlement. Those pipes are new, put in place, and we'll get that. We'll start there and get all three of those projects done pretty quick. So, our Indian Creek Bridge, we did the soil bores will be done a week from yesterday. They'll be here to do the soil bores on that job. Our Caton Bridge replacement, I'm having possibly today from Railroad Yard to bring one of our tank cars in. If it's not today, it'll be tomorrow. We'll have that pipe delivered for Caton, Grider Mock, and Lord Hill Road. Those three are the 3-ton bridges that we're going to take out of service and actually put back in a pipe. That'll
And
be
you think they'll all
illegal.
come in this week?
We got one coming
One coming.
today or tomorrow. I got one coming Thursday, and I got one coming next Wednesday.
Good.
And we've already got the one torn out on Grider Mock, so we'll do that one this week.
And those pipes do they have a weight limit on those when they're in the
Well,
ground?
they'll be a legal load once we get them
Okay, good.
put in. Yeah, so they'll definitely help
Nice
the
improvement,
areas. And I'll take bridges off our inventory, which we need it.
Yeah.
We got enough as it is. Our signalization, we're going to go ahead and get our purchase for the one at 70 and 77. Those are budget items. We budgeted $35,000. I think it'll run us around $20-something thousand, $22,000 for those. The ones with the school, because of the timing and everything, I got to get with Shannon again, because that's a lot more expensive than I realized. We got them safe now, but I got to get with Shannon, so come budget year, we can kind of sit down and go over how we want to tackle that one, and us as well.
And remind us what schools he's planning to work
Well,
with.
it's
Is it Strawn?
Strawn
Fleta?
and Fleta, I believe, yeah, Strawn and Fleta.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep, Strawn and Fleta. Yeah, because I think Strawn alone's like 52,000, Fleta's like 60,000 for doing those. So I mean, it's a lot more involved. 'Cause I was looking at just putting up flashing, but the timing of the ones for when school is actually in session, that adds a considerable cost to it.
Okay.
So, but we'll do that for this coming budget year on that, and I'll get with him on that. But we're looking at a 50-50 split with them on that as well.
Okay.
So, just touch on Conecuh Sausage again. They're pouring footers out there. Our participation's now pretty much very, very minimum now. I'll have to go and do a little bit of stakeout for the corners and some footing stakeout for them, and just maybe a dump truck just when they need it, which hasn't been too often. The city's been handling that pretty well. So, Murray Cross Road, we're based yesterday. We missed a big rain yesterday because it rained like cats and dogs here in the county yesterday, but we missed it up there, so we're continuing to haul our base on that road right there. Music Road, we put that tent bridge up there on that road up there. I met with the landowner, and we'll have our borings will be the week of will be the 17th, a week from yesterday. They'll be here to do the bores on that one, and I've already contacted the power company about relocating the power pole there once we get the road completed or the bridge completed. So that's where we're on that one. Our George Lundy flap, our bridges on George Lundy, Hogfoot, and Connecticut River Church. We submitted those back on May 16th to the state for the hydraulic review. We'll get that back hopefully pretty soon, and that'll continue on with the progress of that grant that we got. And we got a considerable amount of money to replace those 3 bridges. So, and also, let's see here, our FEMA, we're working on our group F and G, which totals about $351,000 of we got right around $1.186 million coming in revenue from that. We've submitted group A and B. We've been paid for group D and E already, and we've submitted payment for group A and B. But D and E have been paid, so we still got to do, we got to submit final payment for F and G once we're completed with those projects. But it totals about $1.186 million in revenue that we'll get back. Ron and Kip are going to SIMS training this week. They'll be going to that SIMS training this week, and I guess we'll have some in-house training upcoming too here in-house as well for that. Let's see right here. Our bids, everything's good in place. If we do have our Stacy Construction, our gravel bid that we have in Monroe County, it runs out next month on the 12th. So the next meeting, I will request, unless I can get him to go and renew. He has the option to renew, and I'll go and make that. If he renews, I'll bring that to the commission, so we don't have to go through that bid process. Beads, we picked up, as far as our painting goes, we just picked up some beads about 2 weeks ago, so we'll be painting as soon as weather permits. And we got a lot of stuff going on right now, but we'll get back to our painting here shortly. But we do have material on the yard to go and start doing some more of that. SIMS training. Just work orders. We didn't have 21 county total work orders this past month. We're still doing regular scheduled maintenance. We didn't have any clipping last month, no striping last month. We did 25 bridge inspections last month. We bladed 453 miles last month. We pretty much got, District 4 got 31%, District 3 got 22%, District 2 got 23%, and District 1 got 24%. And that's all weather dependent where we can blade. But herbicides, we didn't do any spraying, but we have done a lot of spot spraying for Cogan. That's what we're doing right now. We're spraying for Cogan grass right now. We bush hogged last month 204 center miles. We got about a third of the county bush hogged last month, and we're going to start working some Fridays to kind of get caught up even more on that. And driveway permits, we had 7 new driveway permits brought in, and just as far as signs, we did 34 regulatory, 17 901, and about 8 post replacements. So normal stuff.
Sounds like y'all been busy. Anybody have questions for Lynn?
So the bid opening for the 107 project is the time?
Thursday week. It's Thursday week. Yep.
And that'll be for the company that ties it into 55.
Yep.
Will you tie in? And you will tie into the other end?
Yeah, we're doing. I'm getting a line located this week because our pipe came in yesterday. It came in Monday. Yeah, today's Tuesday. It came in yesterday or Thursday for that. So, but yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
Any other staff reports? CATS, safety, EMA? All right. Do you have anything here?
No, I do not. Thank you.
There is a state junior rodeo championship at the arena this weekend, state championship. Just weekend before last, we had the high school rodeo state championship, which brought in a great number of participants. I think every RV site was filled and almost every stall, maybe every stall. Be a little smaller crowd for the juniors, but those are great events, bringing folks into the community for 3 and 4 days. So we appreciate the efforts on that. Several have stepped up and are participating heavily in those, so thank y'all. Commissioners, what do you have? Okay. Attorney, what do you have?
Commissioners, I do have one issue that I need to bring to your attention. My recommendation is that we go into executive session to discuss the matter. There are a couple processes or steps of a process we need to follow. So if one of you is so inclined, we need a motion to go into executive session, and then we need to have a recorded vote. And then also, Mr. Chairman, if you would state whether or not the meeting will reconvene. In my opinion, there will be no action today as it relates to this item for what that is worth for your consideration.
So Commissioners, anything that you have you want to bring? You've heard the request to go into executive session with a motion and second, then we'll poll for the vote on that. And there won't be any action taken following. Sheriff, you were out for a little bit, came back in. Anything you want to bring to the commission? Don't want to leave you out.
I would like to, I need to get some signatures.
Okay.
But I can do that.
All right, we'll be here. We won't rush off to the executive session, so we can work with you on that. So is there a motion to go into executive session with the
I'll
attorney?
make a motion to go into executive session.
Motion, and second? Second. All right, so you've heard the motion and second. We'll poll for the votes. All in favor, Michael?
Yes.
Ms. Lynn?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
So with that in mind, we will go into executive session in about 5 minutes with no further action coming here. We'll reconvene to adjourn. So thank all of you for being here today.